Okay, let's just jump right in. Forever, writing code has meant one thing. You're just staring at lines and lines of text. But what if that whole idea is about to be turned on its head? We're going to explore a huge shift today, what a lot of people are starting to call the visual coding era. If you're a developer, this quote, it hits deep, doesn't it? It's that constant nagging rhythm of your day, that endless alt-tabbing, that command tab dance you do between the place you write code and the place you actually see it. This quote just nails this massive, inefficient thing we've all kind of just accepted. Well, maybe until now.
And yet, this visual, it pretty much sums up that whole dance. On the left, you've got your home base, the code editor. On the right, the final product, the browser. And we just go back and forth. Tweak, save, switch, refresh, see if it worked, switch back. It's this broken loop that just drains your time and your mental energy. Every single one of those arrows is a context switch that pulls you right out of your flow.
So that brings us to the big idea, the potential solution. What if we could just end the alt-tabbing? The concept is actually really simple, but it's also kind of revolutionary. What happens when your editor can finally see what you see? When those two separate worlds just merge into one? And that idea is really the bedrock for this first major concept, coding with your eyes. We're talking about the rise of the visual editor, a world where interacting with your app isn't something you do after you code. It is the coding itself. Now, before I show you exactly how this works, just let this question sink in for a second. What if your user interface wasn't just some output, some result of the code you wrote? What if it was tied to it, completely linked? So if you change one, the other would just instantly react. All right, here it is in action. Step 1. You're not typing, you're just dragging. You literally grab a button on the screen and you move it. And then step 2 just happens. The code behind it, in this case, it's a Tailwind CSS class, it just updates itself in real time. You didn't type a thing. The visual change was the code change. And for a lot of people, this is the wow moment. Seriously, imagine just opening a color picker, clicking a new shade of green, and literally watching the text in your editor change from BG Green 500 to BG Green 700 right before your eyes. It just rips away a layer of abstract thinking and makes building a UI feel so much more direct and, honestly, intuitive. But this whole thing isn't just about cool visual editing. The next layer to this is an AI that goes way beyond simple autocomplete. We're talking about having an AI on your team. And I don't mean as an assistant who fetches things. I mean a real collaborator who thinks with you. Now, the brains behind this new teammate is something they're calling thinking mode. And the key thing to get here is that this is not one single AI giving you one single answer. Nope. It's a system of multiple AI agents all working together, looking at a problem from all these different angles to figure out the absolute best way to solve it. And how many agents are we talking about? 8. 8 of them. So picture this. You've got a tricky bug. Instead of you sitting there trying one fix, then another, this system just unleashes 8 separate AI agents on that problem, all at the same time. They're basically competing with each other to come up with the smartest, most efficient solution. So here's how that little competition actually works. First, the bug gets flagged. Then, bam, those 8 agents get to work, and each one comes up with its own unique approach to fixing it, which is brilliant, right? You get way better ideas from multiple perspectives. Then another AI, an AI judge, comes in, looks at all 8 proposed solutions, and picks the absolute best one, the gold standard. And that fix gets applied automatically. It's like having a senior developer instantly review 8 different solutions and pick the best one in seconds. Now, when you have that kind of AI firepower on your team, it naturally leads to tackling one of the most painful, time-sucking parts of being a developer, manual debugging. So let's talk about how this could be the beginning of the end for that whole process. console.log. You know it, I know it. The trusty, but let's be honest, super clunky tool we all lean on. We've all been there, right? Just littering our code with console.log this, console.log that, just to see what's going on inside. Well, this quote is basically a declaration of independence from that whole tedious process. And I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. The old way, on the left, as your console.log, tab over to the browser, hit refresh, and then squint at the console trying to find the one line you care about. The new way, the AI just finds the bug for you, highlights the exact line of code that's causing the trouble, and then offers you a one-click fix. The amount of time and mental energy you save is just massive. A good way to think about this AI auto debugger is like a magnifying glass that's always on. It's proactively scanning your code, finding the source of a problem, and just crushing the bug, sometimes before you even knew it was there. It's playing defense for you instead of you having to react all the time. So when you start putting all these pieces together, the visual editor, the AI teammates, the automated debugger, you realize this is much more than just a slick new tool. Welcome to the visual era. We're talking about a completely new reality for how we build software. So what does this all mean for developers, for you? Well, it means a truly unified workflow. No more split brain between your editor and browser. It means building UIs in a way that feels more like designing than just typing code. It means you get a collaborative AI that solves problems with you. And it means you get proactive, intelligent debugging that saves you from hours and hours of frustration. And all of that leaves us with one last and I think really exciting question. When all the tedious stuff is handled for you, when your tools can actually see your vision, think through your problems, and fix your mistakes, what does that free you up to do? If your editor can see, think, and fix, what will you build next?